12 months ago, the best win of his life, when he took out Taylor in the quarterfinals, and such a letdown. Everyone thought this is his year, he's going to be crowned world champion, and then he blew it in the semis against Kurt Shepherd. So much expected of Wayne Mardle, but he'll have a game. David Fatum is a good player, the American ranked number 3, and he's an entertainer as well.
Yeah, I loved it up there when he beat Shane O'Connor in the preliminary round, and the experience of that will certainly stand him in good stead now. This man, not short on experience, of course, still relatively young in this sport at 35 years of age, and not only 4 times a semi-finalist in the PDC World Championship, but he's been there on the other side as well. You know, Stuart, you don't know whether that's an impressive record or an unimpressive one. Does he fail when it matters most? He's been in 2 big finals with the PDC in Las Vegas, another one in Blackpool, and failed. This man, of course, very much the underdog, but I reckon his experience against O'Connor, the Dubliner, the other day, will stand him in good stead. But it has to, because on that occasion, the American averaged 77.19. He's got to up that by at least 10 points.
60.
Which Wayne Mardle will show up here at the Ali Pali in the World Championship. Well, David Fatum is making a really impressive start, and he won't worry about Mardle's reputation. He won't worry that 99.9% of the crowd are behind Wayne Mardle. I spoke to Fatum before his match with O'Connor, John, and he said, just give me a crack, give me a go at Mardle, and I'll show you what I can do. Well, we shall see. Actions speak, etc, etc.
Yes, indeed, absolutely right. And maybe actions will speak louder than words in Mardle's case, because I was a little dumbfounded at his interview. He seemed, certainly from that which he said to Helen Chamberlain, that he was lacking. I got the impression he was lacking in confidence a little bit. He admitted that his form hadn't been great this year, but he's the sort of man, of course, who can rise to the occasion on such a stage as this, in front of such a crowd as this.
Well, remember, 12 months ago, opening night of the first ever World Championship here at the Ali Pali, when Mardle came so close to losing. Ray Carver, another American, had a dart to beat Mardle. Mardle scraped through in the tie break. So, you know, we've seen so often already in this World Championship, the first round is proving to be a graveyard for quite a few of the seeds.
Well, from Phoenix, Arizona, I suppose you could almost say the eastern extremes of the United States of America. And this man, of course, from the eastern extremes of London, where we're sitting. He's come all of 10 miles, a dozen miles
100.
around from Romford. Very much the man at home, for certain. Wayne Mardle, as he was indeed at the Circus Tavern, Purfleet.
A buzz around the arena after Anastasia came so close. A terrific performance, losing 5-3 to Renko van Eyde. She hit a maximum. She missed several darts in several legs. Oh, bullseye now. Mardle, what a start this would be.
Yeah, probably what Mardle needs as well, as much as anything. Chance here for Fatum to go ahead on the top stands. Well, you've got to take those chances, David Fatum. You really have to take those chances against a man who's ranked number 8 of the players in this tournament. That'll settle Mardle down a little bit, surely. Most unimpressive in terms of the number of darts taken, but a win is a win is a win, and he's one up.
100.
A fantastic atmosphere inside the Alexandra Palace, and as befitting the biggest darts tournament anywhere in the world, PDC World Championship. taking darts to the new level. £750,000 in prize money and £125,000 for the eventual winner on January the 4th.
An overall crowd
45.
of 50,000 over the period of play that we have here.
100.
Well, why not play it all on one day at Wembley Stadium? Yeah. Done it. As well known. Her face, I think, on the telly now. Is that a Wayne?
23.
That's a great first dart for Mardle.
95.
Ross Bray, our referee. I know a lot of people have been asking where one of the other top refs has been so far in the World Championship, George Noble. Well, we will see George. He's suffering at the minute with an eye infection and a bad sore throat, so he can hardly speak. Some may say no bad thing, but get well, George. He'll be on that stage soon enough.
Yes, this occasion deserves a nobleman, and as you say, we'll see him soon.
58.
Mardle beginning to get into this,
111.
bouncing around at the back of the stage. Oh, he missed the big number.
71.
Missed the big number. That was, I think that was just the adrenaline, wasn't it? Pumping, and needed the 19 to lead double 16 and hit the big 3.
Well, I think Wayne Mardle's probably happy here not to be playing Ray Carver again, you know, Stuart, because he's there for the taking on his current showing. His average is 75.5, Wayne Mardle. He's 2-0 up. And he's very fortunate, really, that the other man is not performing, frankly.
Game on.
Mardle here throwing for the first set. Fatum had a fantastic run to the semi-finals of the US Open in Connecticut back in May, eventually losing 3-2 to Colin Lloyd in a tasty match, should we say. A little bit of argy-bargy between the pair. All a misunderstanding, of course. This is what Fatum can do, though.
Bit more like it, yes, bit more like it. Going to try and settle down Wayne Mardle. 2-0 in this opening set. If he takes the set, he won't worry about his average, that's for sure. Why should he? It's winning this game, the first round game, always the one you want to get past. Enjoy Christmas, come back, and really go to town then.
60.
Here is it's a pretty nice release, actually, you've got to say. Classical release from David Fatum. Flowing throw from the American. Great view from the back of the hall here at the Alexandra Palace.
Yes, perhaps I'm being a touch finicky. It's not a throw I like, I've got to be honest. I think the arm's too low, comes from his chin. And I think if he just raised the arm up in front of his nose and eyes, he'd be lining them up much better, but that's a personal point of view. See, quite low from the, when you compare it with other players, the hand is pretty low level with the chin.
We are allowed to agree to disagree on occasions.
Absolutely.
Double 18 then for a great first set from Wayne Mardle. Brilliant 106 from Mardle to settle. World Championship here, 2009. Fatum had his chance. In the first leg, he missed 3 darts and a double to win the leg against the throw. I mean, Mardle, putting no great shakes himself, only averaging just over 80, but his finishing has been pretty good.
This'll up the ante, this'll up the average, that's it, his first 180. Now he's beginning to motor, 106 finish, and the next visit, 180. Mardle is beginning to look like Mardle, if you see what I mean.
59.
great World Championship for Mardle to a point 12 months ago. He would still see it as a great failure despite beating Taylor. Unlucky Fatum looking for his first maximum 2 years ago, the last World Championship at the Circus Tavern. Mardle was in tears after losing in the first round to Alan Keyes, you may remember.
Oh, yes, I do remember. 24 short months ago.
60.
Well, he hit the 140, the American, and then hit 60. None of the three darts threatening the treble. These are... Oh, they just as bull beckoned. Look, I was an inch and a half away, he says.
He's enjoying it now. He's got into the match. There was no doubt, despite his normal 100-mile-an-hour walk-on, he was feeling the nerves, feeling the pressure. Double 16 for another leg for Mardle. Fantastic. Well, his finishing has been really, really impressive.
4 out of 8, Stuart, 50%. That is impressive. And now that he's getting his average up into the mid-80s, beginning to hit the scores, notwithstanding that particular visit. Yes, a much, much happier man than he was, I've got to say, repeat, talking in his interview pre-match, though you're never quite sure how much tongue-in-cheek Wade is employing.
57.
Well, taking a fortnight off work, paramedic firefighter, does a really good job back in Phoenix. Dangerous job as well. At the moment, posing no danger to Wade Mardle.
Firefighter's a good occupation in a place called Phoenix.
Mardle with a smile on his face. It's good
96.
to see. Well, that was poor. It's a total lack of concentration.
81.
Total misdirection. Let's have a look at it.
Yeah. Only one reason for that. You're absolutely right. Lack of concentration. Carried away by the moment, the crowd, the occasion. Not concentrating on the job in hand. I wonder how many times I wrote that on school reports in days gone by.
Best of all the plays.
The winner of this faces a tough second round match against one of the form horses, Robert Thornton of Scotland, on Saturday night back at the Ali Pali.
Well, terrific shooting that from the American. All credit where it's due, and a great chance for him to open his account.
85.
As you said, Stuart might have done in the opening leg of the match, perhaps ought to have done. This is his chance now.
Yeah, against the throw as well, wins the ball back, and the 13-darter against the throw, and his first leg of this match. In thought, in deep thought, Wade Mardle.
Yes, I think the adrenaline certainly runs in Mardle's case 3 times faster than anybody else's, and he loves it when the crowd really do get going. He becomes part of it, and sometimes he just has to stop, steady, and concentrate. Good 140 there, though, from the master.
You know, in some sports, they strap a heart monitor to the players. I don't think there'd be a heart monitor with a high enough level to monitor Wade Mardle sometimes.
Oh, I like these.
140.
2 ton 40s on the trot. And Mardle looking once again handy here to break back. Well, a good leg though, good spell this by Fatum. Well, never write him off for sure. Enjoyed his best spell of the match, the American. Giving Mardle something to think about.
60.
I
David,
tell you, John, when he had that run in
61.
America, the US Open, he thoroughly deserved to be in the semi-final, and he came within an ace of beating Colin Lloyd. 3-2 it was
59.
in sets.
When you require
Number 3 ranked American at the moment, David Fatum.
45.
Well, he kicked off with 2 140s, Wayne Mardle. Hasn't been able to maintain it. The 180 from this man has certainly given him a great chance here of going ahead in this second set. Now, going across for... Well, he went down for 17 in the end, so 116 for Mardle. He's polished this off a few times in his career. He's not going to on this occasion.
100. David, you require 54.
To win back-to-back legs then. A man from Phoenix, Arizona. You know what he needs. Double 50, that was so close.
24.
Well, he really pulled that last one. He really did turn his shoulder around as that left his arm. And Mardle's made him pay. Mardle's in the lead, 2-1. The chance that Fatum had there went. He was in the wrong house, of course. Double 5 when he wanted double 20. And a long way from the double 15. Now throwing for the second set. Only 60 for Mardle.
Frustrating quite a lot of the time, isn't it, watching Wayne Mardle, because I don't think there's many people in the wide world of darts that would begrudge Mardle winning a big TV major. The World Championship 12 months ago was his best chance. When he beat Taylor, he was magnificent, and as good as he was then, as poor as he was in the semi-final against Kirk Shepherd. And Mardle craves a major TV title.
Yeah, and you never know what might happen once that first one comes along, Stuart. That's the important thing, isn't it? It can so often herald a tremendously successful career after that.
Well, exactly. We saw what happened with James Wade.
Indeed.
He won 3 in a year.
Yeah. And you've got to say the same applies to Terry Jenkins. Played in all those finals, didn't win one, but the first one that comes along, well, yeah, 6 it was, yeah, you're right, half a dozen.
100.
And you've got to give credit to somebody who does that. That in itself is an achievement, but the first win can often be the one that really opens the door.
Yeah, but seldom a runners-up remembered.
No, that's right, and going back a little further, of course, we remember Ronnie Baxter, World Match Play, World Championship, of course, over in Surrey. Never actually gone on to win the big one. Desert Classic, the first ever, was beaten by Phil Taylor over there in Vegas.
But it looks like being 2-0 to the number 8 seed.
When you require 51.
Double 16 for another set for Wayne Mardle, and his finishing has been fantastic.
If he can go on now to win this match within the next few minutes. Throwing first, distinct advantage to Mardle. Stuart, you mentioned his impressive checkouts. 6 out of 10, 60%. That's what's held his game together, largely.
Yeah, absolutely, John. I mean, so often, Mardle's scoring is right up there with the very best, and it's his finishing that's let him down. Tonight, an average of 85, but 60% on the finishing is right up there.
85.
Yes, and all players will say, of course, when they get both elements of their game absolutely right, scoring and finishing, that's
99.
Well, that's what they strive for.
85.
Well, that just goes to show, doesn't it? Mardle right on his game when it comes to the finishing. That's possibly the best that we've seen on the doubles from Mardle for a long while.
Yes, Vegas a couple of years back, as high as 80-90% against, I think it was against Wes Newton.
100.
Believable on that occasion. That's a good first start. But then he doesn't follow it up. He's pretty wayward with the length as much as the line, really. More than the line, really.
Finally require 137.
Still favourite here. Fatum so far has won just
97.
one leg in this match, and tidying up nicely there, Mardle, to leave himself on tops for yet another leg.
Yes, I wonder there. He wanted 137. He went for the treble 19 if he'd hit it, whether he'd have gone for two double tops. He's in that kind of mood, Stuart. He's certainly got the one there anyway, and that's 3 legs in a row now. And in all, 7 legs to 1, the score. This is a comfortable outing for Wayne Mardle. And with an 85 average, he wouldn't normally expect to be having it all his own way to the extent he has. And certainly in his next game, should he go on to win this, we have to assume he will need to up the ante against Robert Thornton.
Thornton, 3-1 winner in his first round, and 76. He was always, possibly, well, do we love Mardle more than, I don't think so. Brave man.
60.
Fatum will be disappointed, you have to say.
100.
Hasn't really challenged him. You feel as if he had to make a good start and didn't, missing those 3 darts and a double in the opening leg.
Well, that leaves him on 120, a 3 darts finish. One we saw taken out very nicely earlier tonight by Dennis Ovens,
140. David,
who managed to beat Steve Mesh 3-0. The ton leaves 20, 116 for Mardle. There's the treble 20. There's the 16. There's the tops like shelling peas. Brilliant stuff. 8 out of 12 now. Mardle on the doubles. 67%. The most impressive finishing we've had in this tournament so far. No doubt about it.
I think that was
85.
The finger there to call himself 1 dart. Of course, we'll see 1 dart later on. Peter Manley, our last match of the night. But coming up next, Raymond van Barneveld, who looks a lot happier, I have to say, as he starts his bid to regain the title he won in the greatest game 2 years ago at the Circus Tavern. And as we mentioned, Manley, 3 times a beaten finalist in the World Championship against the dangerous Austrian Mensur Sjulovic.
96.
It's been some day, really good day at the World Championship.
55.
Well, there's got to be a sea change here if there's going to be a major shock. I think Fatum had his opportunities in the opening set when Mardle was anything but impressive. And he did have his chance to go 1 up against the throw and never took it. And I remember saying at the time, those are the things, those are the moments you've really got to take, really have to. Might have just put Mardle on edge, but he's really enjoyed this, despite the fact that he hasn't been at his brilliant best in the scoring stakes. Been fantastic finishing. 8 out of 12 is brilliant.
Well, he'll keep going to the end. Fatum with a 2nd maximum. Mardle's only hit the 1 so far. A chance for the American to win what would be only a 2nd leg of the match.
David, you require 47.
Yeah, 47 he wants. 15 double 16 possibly. There's the 15. Up a bit, up a bit.
15.
Unconvincing. Mardle then for the match, Stuart. 50 he wants.
Double 16 for the number 8 seed.
Game
And
shots.
an impressive performance from Wayne Mardle. He loses only one